Good afternoon once again. Today is Wednesday, April the 29th, 2020. I'd like to start off about the new norms that we mention quite often. The new norms, of course, entails us and you, me, putting our hearts into helping society and making society stronger ก็พูดถึงคนไทยวิถีใหม่ใส่ใจในสังคมนะครับ So for today, I'd like to start off with an important begin with an important piece of information with regards to many people's concerns about the measures regarding the resumption of business operations. So firstly, taking into account the situation of the outbreak in Thailand and the overall situation around the world, the CCSA and relevant agencies are in the process of considering measures to ease the restrictions put in place to control COVID. This may be done by categorizing businesses and business establishments into four categories. First is the low-risk businesses that provide essential services, such as those in public spaces and those that provide low-risk public activities. We color code this, and this first group is coded as the white group. The second is the other low-risk businesses and activities, which is the green group. The third is the medium-risk businesses and activities, the yellow group. And fourth is the high-risk businesses and activities, or the red group. Of course, this list does not include any details yet because the details are in the process of being discussed and finalized by the CCSA. But meanwhile, of course, there is preparation of certain business sectors taking place. And what is important is, of course, we need the cooperation of both the businesses and the potential future customers of these businesses as well to abide by the rules set when the announcement is made. This takes into account the number of new cases, the various assessments of the situation, and the guidelines as stipulated by the Ministry of Public Health. This next step will be gradually implemented in stages and re-evaluated every 14 days. The stages will be in accordance with the four categories of business activities that I mentioned earlier. So this is to recap what the spokesperson had mentioned about the resumption of business operations, which is on the way, but yet to be announced yet. So please be patient. There are internal discussions today, this week, and that will be announced in due course. Secondly, I'd just like to start off also by giving you some reminders. From time to time, we have been providing information to you, in particular information that is practical and useful for the foreign community. If you recall, in the past, we have mentioned about travel between provinces. We also brought up a particular inquiry or case about a foreign citizen asking about traveling by motorbike from two provinces, from one province to another province in southern Thailand. So we continue to provide announcements and all these information for the practical use of the foreign community in Thailand, aside from the English language audience viewing the broadcast every day. But of course, all of the information and announcements made would have to be verified with the official announcement in each province as well as nationally as well. In terms of the various announcements by provinces, the various regulations of each province should be abided by, and the announcements in each particular province would be continued until it is announced otherwise by the Prime Minister. So the piece of information I'd like to provide to you today is about a reminder because we are approaching the month of May, and we'd like to remind the foreign nationals in Thailand or those having residence in Thailand of the measures in place to ease your concerns. Of course, you have heard about the visa extension. The measures are effective until the 31st of July, meaning the visa extension is until the 31st of July. So the foreign nationals with residence in Thailand will have their re-entry period extended beyond 1 year. And once the situation resolves, these foreign nationals are required to return to Thailand within a period of time, which will be specified in due course. And you see on the screen an infographic in English from the Immigration Bureau. Furthermore, foreign citizens with all types of visas are permitted to continue their stay in Thailand. No need to pay the fee or do the 90-day mandatory reporting. No need to submit any documents as well. So it's in summary, it's recapped in the infographic shown on screen. Of course, we are aware of about the foreign citizens' needs in terms of those who have residence or work permits but are still stranded abroad, as well as those foreign citizens who are in Thailand and want to leave Thailand. So it's both ways, those who are outside wanting to return to Thailand and those who are inside Thailand needing to leave. For those who need to leave, of course, you have to contact your embassy for any repatriation flights. Those are going on at the moment because, as you know, right now we have a flight ban. So the flights have to be pre-arranged and a repatriation flight. Some citizens have utilized that and through the contact with their embassy in terms of repatriation out of Thailand back to their country. For foreign citizens who have residence in Thailand or work permits and cannot travel into Thailand at the moment because of the flight ban, we are aware of this and the issue is under discussion. However, of course, as you know, there is a flight ban until the end of next month. And in due course, we will be discussing this to effectively manage and address the needs in this regard. Yes, so moving on to the number of cases and the general situation. Today we have recorded 9 new confirmed cases, making the total 2,947. And out of this number, we still have a high percentage of those who have recovered, which is 90.43% of this number who have either recovered or been discharged. And I'm glad to announce, of course, we have 0 fatalities recorded for today. The accumulated number of fatalities remain at 54. Just some observations. The close contact with family members remain the primary source of the new disease contraction and fatalities. So therefore, everyone should continue to take the precautions and wear protective masks when contacting family members and other people. One piece of information that the spokesperson mentioned today is information about children, particularly children aged 0 to 14 years old. So the first information is that if you divide these the age group into three groups. The first 0 to 4 years of age, the second 5 to 9, and then 9 to 14. If you categorize it in these groups, the information we have is that all 3 subgroups of these ages are at the same risk, have the same level of risk for contraction of COVID and infectious diseases. And 86% of children aged 0 to 14 who have contracted COVID have had close contact with persons who were COVID positive, 86%. And out of that number, around 45% is close contact with their parents. Of course, naturally, children would be with their parents. And the rest of the percentage is from other relatives and other people in their surrounding area. As for the enforcement of curfew, we have the numbers are slightly increasing, maybe around 500 plus total in terms of violations. So we'd like to remind everyone, of course, that there is still the risk of the situation worsening, even though the numbers may seem positive. So it's essential that we refrain from lax and we have to refrain from being complacent. And to keep the public and yourself safe, if you spot any curfew breach or violations or any activities of that sort that could be a potential violation, please contact the authorities immediately. So moving on to repatriation of Thai nationals, we have for today, April the 29th, one repatriation flight scheduled tonight from Mumbai, India, taking home 189 Thai nationals and working and studying in India. As for tomorrow, we have flights from Russia, Sri Lanka, and Maldives, and India, which is from Chennai and Bangalore, the details of which are on the slide for you. Of course, the Foreign Ministry continues to work tirelessly to facilitate the return of Thai nationals abroad, wherever they are stranded around the world. So we have also, like every day, images of the activities of Thai embassies and consulate generals around the world. Yes, so we have in Osaka the Consul General and the Deputy Consul General providing care packages, assistance to the people, preparing that for delivery in Osaka, Japan. And then also we have images from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, the Consul General there, meeting with the Thai community and distributing the supplies and necessary items. And also, lastly, we have images from Pretoria, South Africa. And of course, the embassies have been reaching out to Thai citizens to provide moral support, medical, and other necessary supplies. So that is continuing. Yes. The next information I'd like to provide is about the cancellation of public holidays, the non-cancellation, I would say. So to clear up the confusion or misinformation the spokesperson had mentioned with regards to the information or rumors circulating on social media that the 4 public holidays in May would be canceled. That is, we're talking about Labor Day on May the 1st, Coronation Day on May the 4th, Visakha Pusha on May the 6th, and the Royal Plowing Ceremony on May the 11th. So to confirm that the government has not announced any cancellation with respect to these public holidays. So we'd like to ask everyone to please listen to the news from the CCSA, the relevant sources, and refrain from sharing misleading or fake news. That being said, of course, everyone is encouraged to avoid unnecessary travel between provinces during these holidays, and also to follow the travel restrictions as announced by your respective provinces closely, while keeping in mind that physical distancing needs to be observed strictly. So as we are approaching the new month of May, we ask everyone to both take care of your physical and mental health. We understand that in the news, in today's day and age with social media, a lot of rumors circulate on various media outlets, and they can be confusing and stressful. So we ask that everyone remain optimistic and be assured of the best preparation and arrangements being made, the preventive measures for everyone's interest and public safety. So on screen, we mentioned earlier about mental health, about all these media products which would help people understand the various measures. So we had on screen a cartoon from Laughter for Sale Kai Hora in cooperation with the World Health Organization. And that cartoon, can we have that up again? Yes. So that cartoon, it's in Thai, but it refers to the 12 misconceptions about COVID that was announced by the World Health Organization. So this cartoon just depicts people whispering about misinformation, rumors, wrong information about COVID. So these are like visual pictures which can help people to change their behavior for the betterment of society in the fight against COVID. So please remember that, of course, we are on duty here for you at the CCSA every day until necessary, as much as we need. So we read, of course, the suggestions and comments received from the audience to improve ourselves. And finally, just to hear, and the spokesperson also mentioned that we We'll be fighting this together, continuing the fight against the common enemy, which is COVID. We'll be stronger together for our health and stronger together for our success. So thank you very much for your attention. Have a good afternoon. Stay strong, stay healthy. สวัสดีครับ